from truth. We live in a time when authenticity feels like a relic of the past, replaced by a culture of pretense and performance. Everywhere we turn, public spaces, workplaces, churches, and even within our closest circles, people are afraid to show who they really are. Instead, they put on masks, hiding behind fake smiles and superficial pleasantries. The great minds of history have warned of such times. Frankfurt, in his seminal essay on bullshit, argued that bullshit differs from outright lying because it disregards the truth altogether, focusing instead on manipulating perception. This phenomenon has become the cornerstone of a world where deception and hatred now serve as the new currency, shaping interactions and relationships in deeply troubling ways. It is rare these days to find people with the courage to be real, to be vulnerable, and to engage in deep, meaningful conversations about life. This behavior has infiltrated nearly every corner of society, public spaces, social gatherings, churches, schools, and workplaces. It feels as though no one wants to be themselves anymore. Instead, people fake their way through life to fit in, to feel needed, to belong, and to survive. The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard once said, "The crowd is untruth," reflecting the human tendency to conform to societal expectations rather than live authentically. Today, this untruth manifests as a collective facade, where lying and faking have become the tools for social survival. The fear of being real. People are terrified of being real, of exposing their vulnerabilities, and of trusting others. Everywhere I go, I see fake smiles, people pretending to care, to connect, to be present. Nietzsche's words ring true here. He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. In our fight to fit into society's expectations, we have become estranged from our true selves. A simple hello often feels hollow, as though people are responding out of obligation rather than genuine connection. In public spaces, social gatherings, and especially on social media, most people rely on humor and entertainment to navigate conversations. These platforms have become stages for shallow performances, where laughter masks pain, and jokes deflect from addressing real issues. As Carl Jung noted, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. The avoidance of serious conversations, the refusal to delve into the depths of life, is not just sad, it is symptomatic of a culture disconnected from its humanity. Frankfurt's concept of bullshit fits perfectly here. Unlike lies, which depend on a relationship to truth, bullshit completely disregards it. This is the essence of what I call bullshitology, a pervasive attitude where people no longer care whether their words or actions are real, as long as they achieve their desired social effect. Church as a stage for pretending. Even in churches, where truth and authenticity should thrive, fakery abounds. People go through the motions, attending services and meetings as part of a routine, but their hearts and minds seem elsewhere. Meetings and conversations often feel like hollow rituals, where problems are brought up but never resolved. French philosopher Albert Camus captured this sentiment when he wrote, "Integrity has no need of rules." Yet, within many religious institutions, integrity has been replaced by power struggles, financial priorities, and surface-level engagement. The language of fakery, what I call bullshitology, has become the norm in many church spaces. Leaders and congregants alike avoid confronting real issues, instead perpetuating cycles of insincerity. Decisions are made not to address problems but to protect those in power, to maintain appearances, or to avoid discomfort. Harry Frankfurt's insights apply here as well. Churches often deploy elaborate narratives to maintain their authority, unconcerned with the truth behind their rhetoric. The result is a system where authenticity is sacrificed for control, and as Kierkegaard warned, once you label me, you negate me. In labeling dissenters as troublemakers, the Church silences those who might bring genuine transformation. Workplaces reflect the same deception. Workplaces reflect the same pattern. Leaders, recruiters, and managers often treat employees and job seekers as mere tools, prioritizing efficiency and profit over humanity. George Orwell's insight in 1984 is chillingly relevant here. The best way to keep a prisoner from escaping is to make sure he never knows he's in prison. Many people in workplaces are trapped in systems of deception, unaware of how deeply they've internalized the fakeness required to survive. In hiring processes, recruiters often fake concern for applicants while treating them with disregard. Employees are hired, fired, and replaced with little thought for their well-being. This culture of disposability fosters distrust and resentment, perpetuating a cycle where truth and authenticity are not valued but punished. Fake and hate as the roots of evil. What has the world come to? And how did we get here? The great thinkers of history have long warned of the dangers of losing our connection to truth and love. When fakery and hatred become the norm, those who stand for goodness, truth, and justice are often labeled as enemies. They are discriminated against, ostracized, and in extreme cases, persecuted or even killed. The complacency of the majority has allowed fake and hate to take root as the new currency of our age. Gone are the days when money was seen as the root of all evil. Today, bullshitology, fakery and hatred have surpassed it, infiltrating every aspect of life. They've become the tools by which people survive, succeed, and exert power. These forces are more insidious than money, as they strike at the very heart of human relationships, eroding trust, love, and authenticity. Yet, even in this dark reality, hope remains. The battle against fake and hate begins with individuals who dare to be real, who refuse to conform to a culture of pretense and division. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." This is the call for our time, to reclaim authenticity, to speak truth with courage, and to love in a world that has forgotten how.